Well, hello, students, and welcome. It's the first day of the new school year. This is going to be so exciting. So, I wanted to talk real quickly about what my expectations are for video calls this year, since we're going to be doing a lot of them. It's not going to be every day, probably 2 or 3 times a week. Our first one is going to be tomorrow. So, attached to the post in Google Classroom, I added a graphic of some of the things that I expect. I'm going to go over it here in this video. But I just wanted you to be familiar with what my expectations are. Easy cheesy, low stress, don't freak out. So, as far as video goes, everybody's always worried about, I don't feel comfortable in video. I don't like looking at myself. What if I'm having a bad day? It's okay. I would really, really like to see your face. I would really, really like you to turn your video on because I'm not going to get to meet you in person for who knows how long. But I understand if you are uncomfortable, I want you to be comfortable in class. So I will allow you to have your video off. But if your video is off, you must be actively participating. And what does that mean? That means that you're asking questions in the chat. You're answering questions when I throw questions out or classmates ask something. You're doing the raise hand thing. If it's your turn to speak, you unmute and you actually speak and we hear you. It's like you're there. We just don't see you. Okay, so that's the trade-off. If that becomes a problem and we, call on you and we're waiting because you went in the other room or you went to get a snack or you had to run to the bathroom and you didn't let us know, that's a problem. All right. So video, I can work with you on that, but you still have to be actively participating. All right. So that's the first one. The second one, please mute. That is one of my biggest frustrations with video calls is when everybody's unmuted and you hear the dog barking and mom's talking in the background and people are shuffling papers. It drives me bonkers. So unless it is your turn to speak, please stay muted and I'll let you know when. I'm very clear about that. But please stay muted just so that we can all focus and we can get through things a lot faster. I don't want these to be long, long marathon calls. That's two. Three, I love the chat feature. It's fantastic. If you have a question, you can put it in there. We can finish up what we're doing and then we can get to it. I can ask you questions and everybody can do it in the chat real quick, just like we would in class, raising hand, show me 1, 2, 3, things like that. But you got to keep it to what we're talking about. None of these, yo, and then everybody has to kind of follow off of that. Keep it strictly to what we would do in class. Okay. And the last part, probably the most important, and it kind of seems silly, but it's really important. This is still school. Okay. So you need to be dressed appropriately. You need to be sitting up because you would not be laying down on a couch in my classroom. You'd be sitting in a chair. Where that is, if you're in a beanbag chair, if you're on the couch, if you're in a chair at your table, that's fine. But no lounging in your bedroom, no, skimpy little shirt or shirtless. It's school. Okay. So keep all of that in mind. If you have any questions, any concerns, any worries about things, send me a message and I will get back to you and we will chat. This is really going to be an exciting year. I know it's different and I know it's a little scary because we don't know what it's going to be like. We will get through it and it'll be awesome. All right. I will see you tomorrow live in our meeting. Bye.